everyone, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I've come with a little craft to show you these lovely pockets I've been making. Now this isn't my original idea. This is actually the way we used to make little paper cups. You would fold this side over as well, and then there's your little cup. So it's something that I remember from my childhood. We used to play with crafts and things and a lot, and I did see somebody else using these, but it's well over a year ago, and I was just sorting out my craft room not long ago, and I found an envelope with loads of these in where I'd obviously started making them and then just forgotten about them. So I got them out and I started decorating. I thought, wouldn't it be a great little tutorial? So this is not my original idea. I'm just going to show you how I do it. So let's see. All it is, it's a piece of paper, any kind of paper you want. It doesn't have to be book page, and you just need a square. So whatever size your paper is, make it into a square. So you'll start off with just a square of paper. Now I've got this one. This is from a big book I've got, but I've also got some smaller ones, and I've got some coffee dyed paper as well, and I've just cut it into a square. So, and then to decorate it, we'll decorate them later, but these I've just popped little flowers on. You can make this out of decorative paper if you want, and it does look quite nice, the decorative paper, but I quite like it as a way of using up your nice pieces of book paper. Because if you see, I don't know if you can see very well on the video, but the yellowing around these books is just beautiful, and it often gets lost when we do collage and things like that with them. So this is a nice way of actually using the book paper that you've got, and showcasing it as the antique paper that it is. So it's a great craft. And these have just been decorated. Like I say, I've used flowers and fabric on these. This one I've done a little card and fabric one. I've also made some little clusters to put on them. So these are great for putting your clusters on too. So let's just move these ones out of the way, and then we'll get started. So like I say, you start with a square. It doesn't matter what size it is. As you've seen here, these cups, I call them cups, these pockets can be any size you want, and they're going to fit into any kind of journal. You can glue them down, you can have them be a tuck, you can paper clip them on, you can just tuck them into a pocket, and they look great because once you've got, let me just find my little tickets that I had. I'm going to show you what they look like with just a little piece of ephemera in. Once you've got them down, you just pop your ephemera in like that. And isn't that a cute little little pocket to have? And it's very pretty, and it's something different. I mean, sometimes, you would need a bigger tag in this one. You can make tags to fit if you want. Sometimes you just want something slightly different than the norm. So, and that's what these are. So let's get started. Okay, they're very simple to do. So choose which side of paper you want showing, because it's going to be your back. So I like the patterning along this side. That's going to be the back. Okay, so we're just going to fold it up that way, and it's simple as that. Boom, that's that done. Now to find the centerpiece, you can measure it if you want. You know, everybody's got different ways of doing it, but all I do, and you're not going to see this when it's finished, just give it a tiny little pinch at the center. It's not a fold, it's just a pinch. You can barely see it, but it gives you that center line. Now you just bring the tip of this down to your center line, and as I say, you can barely see it, so there you go, I found it again. And then you just put a fold in there. There we go. So it's as easy as that. Look, oh look, the lines are actually working together. Class. Oh my gosh, listen to that, class. That's so 1980s, isn't it? Wow, where did that come from? And now, colloquialisms, don't you just love them? You bring this side up, and you want it just underneath, just a smidge underneath, because you want this to be able to fold down still. And you line it up with this centre line where you folded this down, so that the corner is at the corner of this little triangle, and then give that a crease. I do have my bone folder somewhere, but again, I'm forever losing things. You know what I'm like, guys, I'm always losing things. Hey, I did find my rule though. I lost that. I found it again. Oh my word, I'm terrible. My mum used to say, you lose your own head if it wasn't screwed on. I don't know how many screws is holding it. I think there's a few missing. So anyway, again with this one, you just bring it up so that it's just a smidge under and give that a crease as well. I will one of these days find everything and have it all in place. Yeah, right. And then the last part is you just fold that down and that's it. Now all that remains, you want to ink it first, but then you just put a little bit of glue there. So let's do some inking. Let's first of all decide what we're going to put on this one. Now this is a nice blue colour, and I've got these nice nice blue little clusters. So let's see. I quite like that one. Let's have a look and see what that one looks like. See, I think that this one is, yeah, I think that one, I like that one better. So these clusters are easy to make. I think everybody knows how to make these, but I'll be making a pack of these because I'm kind of running out. So I'll show you how I make them. They're either glued or sewn or sometimes stapled, but we'll do that in another video. So simple thing, I'm going to use, because this is a blue project, I'm going to use Peacock Feathers Distressing Ink with my big Ranger sponge. Look at that, terrible. I know, I'm using two different colours on one sponge. Tim Holtz, close your eyes now. And I'm just going to go all the way around the edge with it. I love distressing things. I spent a couple of hours doing loads of distressing work the other day. De-stressed me while I was de-stressing the paper. So now I'm just going to do this part because this part is quite prominent. It's going to be the most apparent part of your project. Now you can, if you want, distress along these lines. I'm not going to do that on this one, but I will show you on another one, and then we're going to just get in and get this bit done. It's quite easy to do, just bend the paper over, that's it, and then hopefully everything goes back, and that's it. That's your distressing done. So like I say, you can distress. I'll tell you what, let's do them on this one and then you can see what it looks like. You just need to pull everything apart again, give it a little bit of ink just along this bottom bit of the line. There we go. Okay, and that's that done. So we've got all of our distressing done. Now I have already pre-distressed this with vintage photo, but I don't suppose it matters that much. Put a little bit of the blue around the edge and it'll just blend in just that little bit. There we go. And then there's just hints of that blue there as well. And see how nicely defined that becomes. And then you're just literally going to glue it together. So it's one spot of glue. I know this is just such a great project for saving on your glue as well. You just lift this flap up, and on this corner here, put a big dollop of glue, and then pull it down, and there you go. The whole thing is secure. It's not going to come apart. It's all folded nicely. Don't you just love origami? And then we're just going to put loads of glue on this because this is going to require a good stick. I'm just putting generous amounts on. You could use your other glues, your tacky glues and things for this, but I'm just going to do this. And then we're just going to stick that on the front. Give it a good press down. Ta-da! We're done! Isn't that great? Put a tiny little bit on there just so that it's not sticking up. There we go. And there's your pocket done. And then, like I say, you can glue this down on 3 sides and then have it be a tuck. You could glue it down on 4 sides and have it be a tuck. Or you could just glue it straight down onto the page and you've got your nice pocket. And isn't that cute? I love that. Right, let's do another one using the book page and then you can see what I mean. Now this is, oh, one sec. There we go. This is an old book I got, and I think it is an Alice in Wonderland book, and so it's big pages, really big pages. I've cut it down, but you can see the yellowing around this corner, so I want that to be the prominent corner. So we'll turn it this way because I want that to be on the bottom, and then all we need to do is simple fold. Okay, find our middle point. There we go. And you can just see the crease. Like I say, once you've got it glued down, because if you look on this one, you're gluing across that crease, so you're not going to see it anyway. So pop that to the centre point and just give it a good press down. Now lift that back up again, bring one corner up, give that a press, and bring the other corner up. Just giving it a little smidgen underneath that line so that everything sits nicely, and then bring that down, and there you go. That looks adorable, and you can see how it's highlighting this beautiful yellowing on the paper, which I absolutely adore. It just gives that lovely vintage feel to your projects, to your journals. So let's give that a nice de-stress. And this is Vintage Photo. I think it's the one I use most of all. I do try to use my other colours, but let's face it, we all love Vintage Photo. You don't have to distress these. Again, this is a personal choice. Some people love distressing, some people never distress. It's up to you. Personally, it's my aesthetic. I quite like it. I think it just gives an extra depth to, and an extra what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not good with my words today, I tell you. It gives that an extra defining look towards your work. See how that's defined that just that slight bit more. I haven't gone very heavy on the distressing because, like I say, the yellowing of that paper is what I'm trying to highlight. Now what I will do is I'm just going to get a piece of paper, and I'm just going to try and give that the same kind of effect as the rest of the other corner, just so it's got that same kind of effect. It's not going to be perfect because, you know, you can't do in 2 minutes with distressing ink what times took decades to do, but we can try to give it just that little bit of a look. There we go. It's given a tiny bit. Yeah, it's worked a bit, and there you go. I hope you can see that on the camera. So now all we need to do is, where's our glue? I'm losing things all over the place. And let's just give this a nice bit of glue. Just get that very tip and stick it down. A bit too much glue there, I think, but that's fine. There we go. Another one done. I tell you how I didn't distress the edge of this, did I? But it just goes to show how easy it is. Just open it up. There you go. There we are. De-stressed. Now I've got some other clusters, so let's have a look. We've got that one still, and then I've got these ones which are a bit smaller. Too small. Too small. I think that one's fine. What else do we have? We also have, let's see, we've got this nice piece of lace. That would go nice there, wouldn't it? That would look lovely. It needs something else though, just to, because it's a bit lost on that. So not that, maybe something else. I'm trying to find, got some nice fabric scraps, but no. We'll go with the cluster again. It's nice, it looks good. This time I'm going to use the tacky glue because this one's a bit of a thicker cluster and I want to make sure it stays on. So come on, tacky glue. I'm running low. I'm going to have to shop for some more glue. I'm practically out of Fabri-Tac. And this stuff is good, but the shop where I used to buy it is closed down. Not because of COVID, it closed down before Christmas. And now I'm stuck trying to find somewhere else to find it. There we go. Give it a good press down. And there you are. There's another one. So that's our two done. You can see the difference in the colours and how much variety you're going to get out of this one pocket, because you can do it in so many different colours and so many different combinations. You can decorate the whole thing. You can make it out of decorative paper. You could collage it. You can do so many different things with it. It is just, I think I'm slightly out of focus. You can do so many different things with it. There's so much, you know, it's a versatile pocket, and I just love making them. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope everybody's safe, and I hope that you're all well. And I hope that you're not climbing the walls with this quarantine in place. You watch more YouTube. So anyway, stay safe, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe and happy crafting. Bye.